Strictly Come Dancing returned on Saturday night with another fantastic week of routines. AJ and Kai once again lit up the ballroom with their Gatsby-themed Charleston, Tom and Amy blew everyone away with their traditional Paso Doble, and John and Johannes moved Shirley to tears with their romantic rumba. So, Megan, what did you think of Saturday night Strictly Come Dancing?
So I thought last night was a very emotional show. I think, it was so hard to see Cassie and Adam leave. They were obviously both, not exactly prepared for it. Cassie said she was not ready to be there yet. But I think it just shows how important the competition is to everyone, and the fact that as we're getting closer and closer to the final, the stakes are just getting higher and higher. Yeah, so true. And someone who knows all about the stakes getting higher and the pressure getting more and more is Ore Oduba, who's going to be joining us today for Strictly Insider. So welcome to Ore. So what did you think of Saturday night, and was there anyone who was your standout star?
Saturday night was a really good one. I always find that after the themed weeks, because everybody really turns up for the themed weeks, and especially when you have Halloween and you've got the makeup and the hair, and the show just goes up 10 or 12 extra notches. But the week after, naturally there can be a bit of a slump, but actually what tends to happen is the people that really want to step up, go to step up. You really see it in stark contrast. AJ and Kai, oh my giddy arms.
I know.
I was like, how is this girl doing it? The idea that she had any experience, and that was a similar case for me around it. I just hope that the timing, we're only halfway, so there's still so much still to go. I just hope that the timing for all of those guys who are in and around the top, that they keep peaking for us as viewers, so that it just keeps getting exciting.
So, obviously last night we saw Adam and Katia leave the competition. Did you think that the right couple went home?
You can just see it on the faces of these guys, just how hard they've been working. Adam Peaty is not used to losing, man.
That's
But
it.
he took it so graciously, and he was so brown. I mean, that tan had no time to get washed off. It's like he's been away in Dubai for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They've been so good, and had their own amazing stand-up moments. Like everybody says, it is like losing one part of the family. It's gutting to see that happen. I was just so grateful. One of the amazing things about winning, you never have to do a last dance.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
You never have to go, oh my gosh, now I've got to go and stand out in the middle of the
do
floor
it for the last time.
without any choreography, and just sort of make something up in that kind of. Do I hug?
Do a bit of improv.
Do I wave? It's really gutting, and then you got to kick face, and then you go home and go.
Yeah.
The camera stop rolling, and you probably have a big cry. So I feel for any couple that's got to say goodbye.
The bottom two was a tough one, and the judges themselves were saying that it was really quite close between the two. And I think we've reached that point in the competition where every week you can't guess at all who's going to end up being in the bottom two, and it's almost getting to the point where you don't know who the judges are going to choose. Like, how much pressure does that add every week as a contestant?
Yeah, it does add pressure, because you know that I was even thinking about the fact that last week Giovanni and Rose were not only were they top, they were perfect.
Yeah,
and that is so huge. So to be in that place, and their sandals, I love watching their sandals. And a bit like Shirley, when she was like, to see that full rotation, I'm like, this girl's like a snake. How is she able to create that shape in one human body? But obviously their samba, they got straight 8s, and it was a quality samba. You think of the girl, standing there on her own and really delivering. So I was again so impressed, but in a different way. But naturally, just in the way that the show was built in the results show, you've been at 40 the week before, couldn't have done any better, completely perfect. And then you're in that position where you could be in the dance off.
We spoke a little bit about AJ and Kai at the top there, but their Charleston was probably one of the best that I've seen, and I'm a massive Strictly fan and watched it for so many years. What was it for you that just made it so great?
Their Charleston, it was a proper flapper concept. It was that great Gatsby thing.
Yeah.
The outfit looked great. I mean, Asia looks great with every single thing, every single outfit and wardrobe and possible that she's worn. I think just as a concept, it was so perfectly rounded, and you got it from the off.
So is there anyone that you think might need to up their game for next week?
Obviously, if you're in the dance-off, Tilly and Nikita, you know, you're going to feel like you need to do more to try to get more votes. They all appreciate getting votes, and you want to try to figure out how is it that I can do more to make sure that I'm still in this competition. You know, it's funny watching Dan and Nadia's faces every single time they get through, because they are entertaining the nation, and Dan is such a lovely man, and I love his partnership with Nadia. But it's funny because when they get put through, they're like, "What?" Really? So
really sweet.
I hope when they recognise that, they're like, "Okay, well," and I know because Dan's a real hard worker. He hasn't got where he has in his life.
Well, we could chat to you all day, Ore, about Strictly. And as a former champion, you know, who better to give their words of wisdom? But we just want to ask, just finally, what's your most memorable, other than winning, because that's the easy one, that's the easy answer. What's your most memorable time from the show?
Winning, yeah, that definitely up there. I mentioned Blackpool because I remember it was my birthday week, and it felt for the first time like this family that we created over a number of weeks going up to Blackpool was the first experience of Strictly on tour, and we were really grouped together. We all got the train up. I think it was my birthday the night before the Saturday, so we all got there. We had a drink, and it was amazing. And then to have Blackpool, Joanne and I got 2 10s. Was outstanding. I've got to say the semi-final was actually the win, because not expecting to win it at all, getting to the semi, being in the semi, we did a quick step and an Argentine tango. We had been in the dance off the week before, and so we were like counting our lucky stars just to be there. So to get those 2 powerhouses of dancers to get into the final, my mum and dad were there. They hadn't been there at all. And knowing that we completed Strictly, if you like. That was definitely the moment. And anything after that was going to be a bonus. But it was just, I knew we were in the final. We'd done it. Last week we thought we were going to be going home. We loved doing the dance of the Argentine tango, and the quick step was so fun. And we're like, hold on, how have I just done 2 dances in a week?
Thanks so much for watching Strictly Insider this week. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you tune in next week for more Strictly chat. Bye.